2, 1. Good evening, and welcome back to episode 4 of Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, run by myself, Rorkenor, with the storytelling aids that you're very used to by now. I'm well aware. Unfortunately, we have one of our party is going to be a few minutes late, but that's not the end of the world. We will run our recap, and if he's still not back, we will start with the other half of the party, because they have split the party. This may bode ill. So, last week, we started with a combat session in the Dungeon of the Dead, where 3 dead gods are still, to this day, being worshipped. Unfortunately, once the party completed successfully fighting off some of these evil worshippers, they decided to clear up the mess they had made and about face and leave the jungle. Leave the dungeon. Jungle, dungeon, they're the same things, right? Dark, wet, deadly things in, wet. Seems reasonable. Deadly things in, wet. Their three main goals were to drop off some corpses in the local pauper's grave, to get some healing for some of their members who had not been looking after themselves as well as they should be.
No. I was sabotaged by my fellow comrades.
I disagree.
Sabotage. And finally, to return a noble to the upper city and potentially claim a reward for his return. So, players, can you remind me and the viewers who is going where and doing what?
It was me. So Firian, Bang, Shindor, and Arwen, but Arwen's not here, who are going to the church, and Raz and Sanane, who are dropping off the bodies to the river, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was because we decided to go by the river as opposed to the only other place, which was outside of the gate, right?
Yep. So we decided to go dump some bodies in the river. Yes, the natural choice.
With honor.
I mean, you're not going to be the only people dumping bodies in Baldur's Gate's river. However, you may be, well, if not the first, one of relatively few to do it in the middle of the afternoon. I will remind you that it is probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it crowded around the river? Or question 1, are we at the river yet?
Okay, so which group did I know names? I swear I know names. Which group did Arwan go with?
The church one, where we escort.
Yeah.
Cool. We will.
I think it's only the soldiers who are dumping bodies.
Yeah, only Raz and Sanane.
With people with no names that in the city who can legitimately say that they are on duty without being too suspicious.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we all have the seal of the Burning Hand.
Flaming Fist.
Flaming Fist, yeah, sorry. But yeah,
Sorry.
we have the seal from the guy. We should have some sort of like record, but it's easier for those who are. Oh, by the way, now I will explain. I didn't want to torture Klim. I just wanted to gain the trust of the cultist to surprise attack them.
We're returning to that one, are we?
It's probably important that his party knows that he isn't actually a fucking dickbag.
Okay. So sorry, you're explaining that to the party now and not to us.
Yes,
Okay.
to the party, yes.
That
Because I thought it was explained last time, but it wasn't. So now to make things right.
good. Let's just be clear. Tyrion is
Yeah.
not an evil, torturing bastard.
Yes.
Well, at least not in this specific situation.
Bastard.
He is at least respectful enough to not abandon the people who are paying him if no one else is outbidding. I mean, what?
Okay. Well, hopefully you won't come across anybody who has more coin than you lot.
I think I'm the poorest of
And
us
if
all.
he does,
so...
he'll just steal it.
There we go, and there's our one. Welcome to the party.
Mhm.
So, we will continue with our party of soldiers off to dump a body in the river. So, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun's somewhat high, and there are people moving around the city like they usually would. There's a bit of an air of tension to the city because there's all of these refugees who are outside, and everybody's kind of paying a bit more attention. Everybody's a bit wary. The people are very clearly worried. So you're not necessarily just going to be able to dump something in the river without somebody noticing. I don't know how much you care, but your characters would definitely notice that.
Are there any like soldiers or guards around?
Roll a percentile dice for
D100.
This
D100, yeah.
this one. Because if I roll flat dice like this, you can see it in the thing, right? Or no?
You
if
can roll them
in
for roll 20.
Roll 20, we'll be able to see them, yes.
So
So
I should do.
top left, and there's a die.
Oh, there's the thing in there. Oh, there's the thing in roll 20 as well. Poke.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, that was no, because I.
That is a 12.
That's even worse.
I mean, you say it's worse.
No,
you
'cause
don't
the thing
know
is-
how my tables are constructed.
Yeah, you have no
No,
idea if it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I will point out that I regularly play Call of Cthulhu, where the lower the number, the better. So, and that's also entirely on D100s. So, the numbers could mean anything.
Yep, they could.
Don't know.
So, as you round the corner towards the river, you know this stretch of street fairly well. It's reasonably untravelled, but as you get closer, you feel watched, and there's this. Well, apart from anything else, there's the horrible smell of the river, because you can't get a clean river in a fantasy setting to save your life, apart from anything else. But there's this sensation of just prickling on the back of your neck. You don't see anybody straight away, though.
Is there
No, because it's more. I'm debating if it is smarter to go dump the bodies at some like guard location.
do we is there any way to see kind of on the map maybe how close we are to where the river is?
You are on the street leading to the river.
Okay.
If I interact with Roll20 rather than my Streamlabs trying to move you around, that would be immensely helpful, wouldn't it? So let's move you to the Baldur's Gate map in all its glory.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
you will have.
Oh wait, I know what I want to do. Uh,
Oh, what do you want to do?
I kind of want to bring the bodies to the tavern and ask if I can have our new friendly contact deal with the bodies for us.
Okay, so the tavern is here.
Yeah.
My thing isn't working because I've changed it all.
I do want to
The
bring
tavern
this
is
up to
here.
my dragonborn
Um,
friend.
There is a guard station for the guard, the city guard. So your people there. There is a guard station for the Flaming Fist here, and there is a quiet alley that leads to a section of the river here. So those are your kind of options. Unless you can think of another option. I mean, you could set fire to them in the middle of the street, but that might be a tad attention grabbing.
The combustion rate of bodies compared to dragon flames. How does this work exactly?
Well,
This is escalating really, really quickly. We'll dump the bodies in a pauper's grave. We'll dump them in the river. We'll take them to a feast. We'll set them on fire in the middle of the street.
No, but it's more like if theoretically you placed 2 adult bodies in front of a dragonborn that knows how to breathe fire, how much of that body would disappear really fucking fast if that dragon sneezed?
It's an interesting question. I will point out that human bodies are 75% water. They
I
are
know
very,
they're not very...
very difficult to burn. Apart from hair, I can vouch for the fact that hair goes up really easily.
It smells so bad.
Yeah. So, in reality, what you would likely have is 2 hairless, singed, foul-smelling, naked bodies.
Yeah, the thing is, skin burns really well. Hair burns. Well, skin is able to burn. Hair
I
is
feel like
burning
the
very well.
conversation is going a bit too far now. Like,
Yeah, but I
Okay.
assume that we may as well just dump him in the river because that's
dump
what
them in
we're
the river,
planning to
and
do.
then I can also use shape water and give them a
Oh yeah,
nudge to move
fuck,
them away
you
quicker.
are with us. That's right.
Oh, I thought Arwen was with the
No.
priest group. Oh, sorry. Yeah,
Nope.
my bad.
I don't care
It's
about
fine, folks. They'll get there eventually.
that. So I can give them a nudge. I can't do much more than nudge them in, like, speed it up to move away from us, but that's all I can do.
So when you said we can kind of feel it's a prickling on the back of our neck, you're basically indicating all 3 of us can kind of sense tension down the path that we're heading.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're probably about here at this point.
Okay.
Would any of you like to look for the source of the weird
Yes,
feeling?
please.
Okay. Yeah, can I go ahead and do would I be just doing an Arcana check for that, or would I need to do a detect magic? Just perception?
Just perception. Each of you can roll perception to see if you can spot anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
18.
Okay, so Arwan and Raz, you clearly feel like somebody is watching, but when you're looking around, you can't put your finger on what might be causing. Sinane, you, in your time in the wilds and the woods, have learned a very important lesson that city dwellers... I've got this the wrong way round. Ignore me. Sinane does not live in the city. Does not live in the city, does not live in the woods. Sinane, as your time in the guard has taught you, robbers and padfoots quite often like to use the rooftops as a way of getting around. So when you check the rooftops, you notice something very strange. There is a an overly large raven sat on the edge of one of these rooftops, and it is watching the three of you very, very carefully. Now, birds in the city, ravens in particular, they're not entirely uncommon, but they tend to go about their thing looking for food and fly away when, humans, dragonborn, dwarves, elves, medium creatures of that sort of variety start paying attention to them, because in this area of the city they may well end up being the next meal for a pauper if they're not careful. This raven has no fear whatsoever.
Interesting.
How much does my character know about familiars?
Roll Arcana for me.
I assumed you would ask for this.
Okay, that's a 12 on the dice. Very nice. So you would know that familiars are a thing, and you would know that they are typically in the employment of a powerful magic user of some variety.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know how much people can communicate with.
No, I'm afraid
Yeah,
you
okay.
wouldn't.
Yeah,
I think
then I'm
that-
not going to go act out of my character's knowledge. Lovely. In that case, I want to stare at it.
Well, my at this point,
out that the raven is kind of. I want to point out to my two teammates that the raven is. I feel the raven's kind of iffy.
what raven?
The one on the roof.
Where? Oh,
Pointing at it.
look at that.
Yeah.
If I point at it, do the other people see it?
Absolutely, yes.
No, but I want to imply with my face and not point, if that makes sense. So I'm not hiding it, but I'm not like
He's like
actually
nodding his head
pointing.
slightly sideways.
You're like nodding your head towards the. All right.
Can I point at it, but do a stealth check to see how sneakily I point?
Yeah, roll stealth.
Lovely.
Sleight of hand, not stealth.
He just puts his hand up for points and hopes that no one can see through his hand.
Just completely misses it.
Okie dokie. I mean, 16 is reasonably stealthy pointing, but as soon as you do, the raven cocks its head, and out of its mouth comes... I've not got the accent here. I'm going to ignore the accent because my brain is entirely refusing to provide it right now. Tonight is clearly not a night for voices. Don't you know it's rude to point?
Well,
Don't you know it's rude to stare?
yeah, I in my head, stalkers don't get that much respect.
Well, this is very true, but I'm not a stalker. I'm your guardian angel. There we go. That's the voice. I know what.
So, could I ask why you're staring at us?
Well, it's not very often you see a member of the guard, a flaming fist, and a druid from out of town, I think, walking through the city with a pair of corpses. In fact, it's almost the start of a very bad joke.
Well, it might just be a very bad joke, but at least it's a joke that pays well.
Well, this is true. I've often found that making corpses pays very well. Dumping corpses, not so much, so thank you for confirming my suspicion. You've murdered these people.
Well, to be honest, they started it. And
They
I'm
always
simply
do.
doing my job as a guard and clearing the town of scum.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Is that one of the Dead Three's symbols on that shield?
Can I attempt to intimidate?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. What are you
Um,
saying?
It's actually none of your business, and you should probably leave before things get messy.
Oh,
Okay.
fairness then,
Roll
they're doing stuff
intimidation.
to help us, but
Oh, fuck it up. You're intimidating. Holy shit.
He is intimidating.
I was thinking the +5 thing.
But
yeah.
the Raven appears entirely unimpressed. Now, my boy, I know you're trying to be big and tough in front of your big manly friend, but as a word to the wise, when you've faced a 5-headed dragon, a little dragonborn's not much. Now, would you like some advice on somebody a little wiser than you? Or shall I keep my beak out of your business?
And then I kind of, under my breath, I kind of say, that wasn't even trying to be scary.
Mr. Raven, can I just confirm? Are you an ally of the guard?
The Raven is a little busy cawing its arse off at Raz's muttered statement. I'm less an ally of the guard and more. I like living in this world, and you're not quite doing very well at looking after it, are you? I mean, part of it's fucking missing, if you noticed yet.
I'm kinda too busy doing my own fucking job to be thinking about parts of the world missing.
Right, well, I feel like tonight is an important night in your lives, and you might not want to split up from your friends.
Okay.
Just a question, Mr. Raven there. Are you trying to threaten me, or are you just being court?
At this point, the Raven is going to swoop down to the floor,
Oh shit.
and just before it lands, it shifts, turning into a tall albino tiefling with stag antlers and red eyes.
At this point, just my character was. I think in my imagine I was slightly behind Sinane, and I step
Yep.
up right next to him.
Can I
I'm
feel?
not trying to threaten you. I just have a very large bag, and she holds up a reasonably sized bag. You would not describe it as very large. That I can store those corpses in and have done with, and then you might be able to get to your friends before they get hurt.
Well, for free. That sounds like a bargain. What's the trick?
The trick is, when things start going even more south, I want you to go and deal with it, because I can't be fucked.
Why, that sounds like something this guy's superior would say. Are you sure you're not a captain of the guard?
Well, I was offered a position in the Dwarven military at one point. I've travelled a little bit, but, all of those roles aren't really for me. Do you think if I was a rules kind of person, I'd be offering to deal with your bodies for you instead of just telling somebody else that you've got bodies?
Well, if my companions don't see an issue with it, I don't see an issue with it. So if you really want 2 bodies, it does save us some walking.
You never know what the wrong person can do with a body. So, the less that are disposed of unsafely, the better.
And how far are we, by the way, how far are we from the other group? Where is the other group at again?
So you're about here-ish,
Okay.
and the other group has gone to the church, so they will be there by.
And
Yeah,
can I turn to Sinane and say, to be honest, I could probably use a drink or two.
I wouldn't protest.
And I guess I turn back and I look at R1's character. What do you think?
I just look at the tiefling and switch to, because I'm going to presume, because he's wearing a changing form, and he's wearing.
Sorry, I will point out the female is the tiefling is female.
Wearing stag horns on their head. So I'm going to start speaking in Druidic and see if they know Druidic, and just ask them for any more advice on what they know is going to go wrong.
Nice.
Well, that's a lovely secret language. It's one secret I've not been able to tease out of anybody. Nobody's been willing to teach me it just yet. I think they might worry what I might get up to if I did.
It's just worth a try.
So
Nice.
we'll see if it's worth a try, but afraid not. My lineage is more of the infernal variety.
Right.
Does this work?
Yeah, the writing does appear, but it's really difficult to read. I've not been able
I'm
to...
more, because that is the church, right?
It is absolutely the church.
Yeah, I was just to make sure I'm the right. So temporary solutions are temporary.
That's
I
fair.
say we. I will just recommend that we just give them the corpses and let's get the fuck out of here. We won't. We've been standing here for quite a while holding corpses.
That you have.
I want to say in Celestial, I'll in that case I'll give you these 2 bodies for free.
No, that's another language I've not quite been able to master. It might have something to do with the fact that it sounds like screeching in my ears.
So, what languages do you know?
This horrible, guttural sounding speech rolls out of this tiefling's mouth. It then switches partway through to something that sounds deeper and growlier. Raz, you would identify the second part as, and I also speak Draconic.
My character eyes kind of shock back a little bit, kind of open, and I kind of recoil a little bit. I think my character says, "Oh, I know that one. Not really as well as I should, but I understand you."
Well, that's good, because let's face it, my Draconic's a little rusty. All of these people who kind of go, "Oh, but Draconic's the language of magic." I'm not really a fan of language of magic myself. I just, and a fireball appears, do it. It seems far fucking easier.
So I lean over to Snane and I whisper, "This guy's not too bad, actually. I think he's kind of cool."
It's a girl, remember? It's a lady.
Oh yeah, I think she's kind of cool. And
yeah, I
I
can't say I disagree.
As a particular note, Raz, you will note that she cast a spell without any material or somatic component.
Right. And
which is fairly fucking impressive.
At
least you don't see any material components.
Could be full of them.
Let's see.
Yeah,
So,
for one thing, I want to
corpse?
hoist the body, onto
Towards
the body I have onto the floor.
Now, flop the bodies down in front of her.
Yeah, as like a sign that I'm willing to give her the bodies.
She
Because yeah.
just grabs each corpse by the scruff of its neck and slides it gratingly across the floor, but she gets it in each one into the bag, and the corpses just seem to disappear. The bag looks as empty as it did before.
Well, that was cool.
Ooh, can you do that to my boss?
Well,
She's
I
a right
know who's
nag.
going to be looking for these ones, and I'm wagering money on the fact that you're going to deal with him. So I can, so long as you deal with your boss's boss, I guess.
Well, that job might be out of a bit out of my reach for now, at least.
I thought as much. Right, you are going to want to be getting into the church now. I will be off.
Let's get moving.
As she leaves, I want to give her a wink.
What? Really? Another one? You are far too young for me, boy. And she will turn into a raven and fly away.
I definitely said in broken Draconic before that happened, I'm really sorry about him.
Fucking perverted mages, dude.
Nothing
She made it
like
sexual. I fucking didn't do shit.
yet.
I'm not seducing a fucking ancient mage.
Well, that's because you're missing a prerequisite, which is the bard class.
Yeah,
Fortunately, we have no bards.
that's more like the whole. If I wanted to fuck things, like everything, I would have played a bard. If I might potentially want one partner, I can play everything else.
This is also very, very true. You know, you are also allowed to play a monogamous bard, a celibate bard, and even an aromantic asexual bard. It's entirely valid choices.
So next time we do a campaign, I'll play a bard and I'll use my guitar at the same time.
I'll play a bard that his only goal is to just have other people have sex with each other.
Wingman bard.
Life.
The pimpin' bard.
Yeah.
This is shaping up to become a party of bards.
Oh, we should do a bard. Yeah, like a band, a bard
keep
band.
meaning to get around to running a campaign, which is basically Bard World Tour, but I never get round to it. Maybe I will.
Yeah.
So,
Right. So, are we going to head towards the church now? Yeah. Let's go. We should run.
at this point, we will cut over to the other group.
Nice.
By the way, as a side note, which group is your rescuee Klim with?
The church.
Yeah, church.
Yeah.
Church group.
We said that we'd go to the church. We tried to convince Raz to come with us because Raz needs healing, but and Flim needs healing as well. So we were going to stop by there and get them both healing.
Yeah, and I need healing.
Okie dokie.
What are you, Genji?
Yes.
Oh, my knee!
No arrows to the knees. You're all remaining adventurers. Okie dokie. So, we will head to you guys. So, bang. You start leading your way through the back streets of the poor section of Baldur's Gate, heading towards a church that you know very well. It has been set up in what you know to be a more run-down area of Baldur's Gate, one where it used to have a lot of industry, and it was a trading centre before the city expanded even further out and the walls were put up in their current places. This old warehouse was converted into the church because as the prosperity dropped, the Ilmaterans, I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but hey, what can you do? Felt that it was an area that needed somewhere to help the people with their suffering. For those of you who don't know, the temple, the Church of Ilmater, their fundamental precepts are that suffering should be relieved, but that it is also a holy experience. So some of your characters may know them merely as those weird priests who hit themselves. And while that's not untrue, it is a holy rite to them, and they do a lot of good work in terms of healing and in terms of looking after anybody who is suffering. As you approach, the rest of you see this temple or this church for the first time. In fact, some of you may have passed it before and never thought that it was a church. It's an old warehouse, as I mentioned before, and all of the windows have been boarded up. The windows above still have glass in the frames, but it's clear that some of them have had rocks thrown through them. The only thing to differentiate it from any other abandoned warehouse is the fact that above the door there's a small symbol of two white hands that have been tied together with red cord, which is the symbol of... Welcome back, Sanaine. The symbol of Ilmater. What will you do?
Gonna point to it and go,
I know some people here. It's why I led us here. I'll talk to the priest. Maybe they can get us some healing.
I'll kind of very nervously lead everyone in.
I'll follow Bang.
Sounds
When
good.
you open the door, you not yet, Sine. When you open the door, you see that there is a small wooden pulpit at the far side of the room. To one side, there are not curtains, sheets essentially, large sheets of fabric that have been strung up along one side. Bang, you would know that this is to give the patients of the hospital some privacy, because its secondary usage is as a hospital. And the cleric who lives here spends a lot of time tending to wounds, to illnesses, to diseases. When you walk up the pulpit, you notice that there's no seats here, there's no pews. It's almost like the attendees of any sermons are expected to stand rather than sit. And as you start moving through, a head peeks through from the other side of the curtains. It's this air. You see the face of a male tiefling with red skin and orange eyes. Hello there, Bang. Have you brought more friends?
Yes. I was roped into doing some work. Not for Whimper. Other things. Though I think Whimper knows. My friends, they got hurt. We were attacked by very mean people. Could you help? There's more coming. I'm not sure what they are.
He steps through fully at this point and starts looking you all up and down. Well, I don't exactly agree with the line of work that you and Whimper normally take.
It's not like that. It's not like that. It's for the Flaming Fist. They don't know what I usually do.
Well, morals are hard to come by among that company sometimes as well. But
Yeah.
regardless, I will do my best to ease your suffering. Let me get some components. And he turns and walks towards the pulpit area. And as he does, you notice that he's wearing very rough spun clothes, and there are bloodstains all down the back of his robes.
Hmm.
Now, let's see.
With me being proficient as well in religion,
Yep.
would it be like easy to say that because of their practices, this would be normal for him?
Yes, it absolutely would be.
Okay.
They're a bit weird, just a tad.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't scare away from people with bloody clothes. That's normal.
That's fair. Normally, it's not self-inflicted, though.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's self-inflicted.
He rummages around under his lectern and turns back to you. And who needs attention? And what sorts of attention?
I'll first point to Klim, the prisoner.
Yeah, that's right.
He might be in the most dire need of attention, and I've managed to breed him some spores in the dungeons below the city or in the sewers.
Soon we'll have two, three more coming. The big one,
The big
is
one.
scary. His name is Raz, and he's a dragonborn. He'll say that he doesn't need help. Ignore him, but don't say I said anything.
I was
He
literally
doesn't
gonna.
like. He's not ill-mattering, but he doesn't like people knowing that he's not big and tough. You know the type.
I do indeed.
I was literally going to say that.
I'm
I was
perfectly
literally
sure I can handle.
going to say that.
Now, let's see about you. And he sets about and he heals. What's his name? There.
Clem?
Yeah, Clem.
Clem.
Thank you.
Oh.
And says, well, now if you just head through there, there's a bed aside for you. There's a bed free.
I
for
can't
you,
believe he
should
called
say.
that, dude. I was
You
literally
can
gonna say
spend
that.
the night here, and we'll see about getting you home in the morning. Does that sound good? And he hurriedly nods and heads through to the other section. And now for you.
well, while all of this is going on as
Yeah.
well, I've just sat myself in like a corner, not like secretly, but I've sat myself because I'm pretty good health wise and everything. Well, I'm max health, so I don't need any attention. So I'll just place myself where I'm not in the way, and I'll just take. Since this is also a place of prayer, I'll actually take out my holy symbol and do a little bit
Nice.
of praying as well.
Getting down with God.
Okay.
We like that.
And while I do that, can I or are we are we planning on staying here for a long time? I'll just start a short rest and hope beyond hope that I can get a short rest in.
Fair enough. So, uh, he will take a look at you. Well, you really have been through the wars, haven't you? I don't know what you sort get up to, but we'll have you right in no time. Let me guess, you're going to want to go out again and get all beaten up again after, aren't you?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right, okay. So, where's my dice gone? There they are. He holds the symbol of his god and prays to Ilmata. And in a flash of light, you receive 16 hit points worth of healing.
Yeah.
Damn. So I'm maxed.
Nice.
And Ilmata will watch over you, whether
Thank
or not you think you need it.
Yeah, I'll thank them.
fucking-
Does the church accept donations of goodwill for your hospitality?
We always do, and it is always appreciated.
Yeah, I'll give them 2 gold.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else in need of attention?
And at this point, are we there yet, or is it still this group?
Nope, still just this group.
Gotcha.
Very, very shyly, Ifisky is gonna kind of stumble forward and just hold out the arm that he used to cut. Go.
You know the drill.
Yes, I do. You
Thank
really
you.
should. Well, actually, no. Why am I saying that? Suffering is good. I know how to roleplay this character. I really do. He will reach his hand out and run a hand over your arm. And I think you only took 1 hit point worth of damage.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, well, yeah, he can't give only 1, so you will absolutely be healed to full.
Awesome. I thank him profusely, and then kind of shuffle really awkwardly over to Shindor. Wait for him to finish his prayer.
You mentioned you have no money.
Yes. I always live very light. I'm not normally I'm lucky with someone offering some place to sleep. And I have my own foraging skills to find food. However, material things has not come easy for me these last few years.
Oh, that's sad. It, I should ask: is it a choice, or to live without material possessions, or?
No, not choice, more circumstance around what happened, and I'll just get a 1,000-yard stare.
Kind of very gently rest my paws just on your arm.
Oh, well, we can't help the circumstances that happen to us. We just have to do our best. Take these.
And I'm gonna pour a gold and 2 silver pieces into your hand.
Sorry, how much did you say?
1 gold and 2 silver pieces.
Yep.
It's not much, but Raz and the rest told me to keep the gold that I found. I think because I did, I got angry. But you should have some too. You kept me from drowning.
I nod. Well, thank you very much. However, you helped me through those dungeons as well. Close walls has not been favorable for me.
It's hard to face the things that we fear, and you did really well. Raz was a dick.
And he's gonna just cover his muzzle and look around to see if Raz is there.
I'll just lay a hand on your head. head in just a gentle way. It's fine. I understand. I understand him probably more than he understands himself as well at this point. But again, we can only move forward. There's no point of moving backwards.
Exactly. Can't dwell in the past, only in what we can do right now. I'm not
Exact-
going to lie. You helped me too, because I do find Raz's he scares me a lot.
Hmm. Can't say. I understand how he scares you. I feel it's more bluster than actual things. However, I don't know what you've been through, if you've had similar experiences. So I won't I will not judge you for anything. However, if you feel afraid of him, you can just stick close to me. In that case.
I think I will. It's not so much. I know he's a bluster, but it's. This is going to sound very silly because I am dragon touched. Is the dragons. I find them my people kobolds usually if there are people like Raz around, we fall over our own feet to make them happy, even if it means we die. In fact, we tend to live very short lives because of it. Nobody knows how old kobolds can get because, well, we tend to die young servicing dragons. So I don't want to be like that. And when he shouts at me, I have to fight the urge.
Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. I'll try to keep you level in that case. Do not rush into something just because anyone tells you to. Unless you want to, of course.
This is good wisdom. You're a very wise man.
Yes.
El Mater says that wisdom comes through experience, and sometimes those experiences are hard.
This is very true, says the priest. Well, is there anything else I can help you with? You seem a little lonely, friend.
Who is he
The
speaking to
words are
me?
directed at you, Shindor.
Oh. No. I'm fine. I wasn't hurt in the little scrap we had, even though it was cultist of Bane. We sorted it, and we helped this man. And I nod towards what the fuck names? Flem. Yeah. I nod towards him, and but yeah, I'm fine. And I give like I give a smile, but it is a wintry smile. It's like almost like he tries to remember how it is to actually smile.
My bad.
Okay, I thought that was a role to remember how to smile.
No, well, no.
This is what faces do, right?
Yeah.
You
I
know
mean,
that casual role knowledge for smile.
I feel like after this time of self-isolation and disease, we could all do with remembering how to smile a bit. But, well, you know that you're always welcome here if you need help, right? At this point, there is a loud bang and the doors fly open. I would like you all to roll for initiative, please.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
fuck.
Well,
Oh shit.
and
Are some of us even
I'm
there?
not that lucky that I got my short rest in, did I?
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh well,
Uh,
it was worth a try.
Always
Timur,
worth
is
a try.
everyone rolling initiative or just those guys?
I do want you all to roll initiative because you will appear at some point during the fight.
Okay.
But you're not
Lovely.
going to be here for the first round.
Well, can I re-roll initiative, please?
No, you can't.
Fuck.
Unless you have a class feature that enables you to do so, of course.
Can I change my features, please? No.
Wow. About
Hot
that.
swap
No.
features.
I feel like in this situation, since my character is really, really
so-
hurt, and I'm behind the group, this low initiative actually helps me because I won't be targeted first. I don't think, because the
So, Arwa.
enemy's gonna be
where are
facing
you?
the other direction anyway.
I'm
and
on wasted.
Sinane.
yeah,
7.
so I think this works for me
Yup.
actually. The one time.
Raz, 2. Okay.
Yep.
So that's the 3 who aren't here out of the way. Firion at 15.
Yep.
And Bang at 17.
Yee.
Oh, and I'm forgetting Shindor. There we go. 13 for Shindor.
Mhm.
Right. So, at this point, Bang, you see the doors fly open, and on the other side is a female human, all dressed in black robes with where's my encounter gone?
Damn, I'm actually kind of mad that I couldn't get healed though,
Good. Here we go.
because I could get fucked at any
I know what
second.
I'm doing. I mean, I really don't. If you believe that I know what I'm doing at this point, I think you're missing a vital point of what's going on. Yeah, she is frightfully thin and dressed in black robes, and her cowl of this robe comes down halfway down her face. All around her are people dressed in varying different clothes. There's rich, there's poor, there's even a guardsman. But what they all share in common is a slackness in the face and a shuffling step, and none of them are carrying weapons.
Hmm.
Oh shit.
They're like
Do these look like
possessed.
zombies?
Yeah, they look like zombies.
Do indeed look like zombies.
Oh fuck.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Well, I know what I'm doing now.
Mhm.
And there are 7 zombies. So,
SSQ is
Alright.
gonna spin out his sickles. Snarl. Where's the nearest one?
we're going to do this entirely in the theatre of the mind because I haven't prepped this, because I didn't think they'd notice quite so quickly, but they did because I rolled for it. Should have rolled for it ahead of time,
Mhm.
but I didn't, because that would be far too much like being prepared. I apologise. So, yes, the nearest one, there are 2 of them that are right in the doorway and that have stepped forward as they've knocked them open. There are another 2 directly behind them, and then you have the necromancer with the remaining 3 spread
That's what I
out in
thought.
the
So there's
rock
definitely
behind
one.
her.
Oh, it's strategic. There's 3 behind her as well, so we just can't get to the necromancer.
From my experience with Whimper, is it safe to assume that I know that if we kill the necromancer, the zombies are likely to die?
They are not necessarily likely to die,
So,
but they will be left leaderless and would be only left with standing orders. And that may make them easier to fight.
okay.
But Necromancer is absolutely your priority target, yes.
If you can kill the bitch at the back, she controls them.
and I'm gonna sprint towards the nearest 2. And I am going to. Do I have? I do, because we short rested on the way out of the thingy. Okay.
Yeah,
I am going to
Wait, did we get a short rest off?
on the
No,
way out.
the tavern a while ago, but not here.
Yeah, the tavern. Yeah, like
Not since the dungeon.
Hmm.
But that short rest in the dungeon was enough for me to get my Crimson Right and my Blood Maledict back.
yeah, that's nice.
Cool.
So I am
Sick.
going to
Sick.
run at the nearest one.
Yeah.
I am, as a bonus action, going to slash one of my sickles across my wrists.
Yep.
Dealing. Did I roll it?
Yep.
2. Awesome. Dealing 2 damage to myself. And it sparks with lightning across the end of the blade, which I'm then going to slash at the nearest zombie.
Okie dokie, roll to hit for me.
Okay, where is it? Boop. Ah.
Oh shit.
I'm afraid a 6 does not hit. You feel your sickle almost graze across its chest, but it just swings past a little too. You just went a little too soon. If you'd waited a millisecond later, you'd have gotten it, but not quite there.
I'm just gonna look up look at the necromancer and growl.
You dare profane holy ground, you bitch.
I could say the same about you.
There's no such
Little
holy ground for you.
Hmm.
Reptile.
Tyrion. Your kobold friend is exchanging insults with a necromancer that has knocked in the doors of the church with its zombie friends. What are you going to do about this?
Can I reach the necromancer?
You can't at this point in time. There are
Okay,
4
so-
zombies in front of her.
Okay, so I'll just can I try to get behind the zombie that Bang was trying to attack?
Nope, they are directly in the doorway. There is no flanking at this point in time.
Well, I'll just go next to Bang, and I'll attack the zombie that Bang was attacking.
Nice.
Okie dokie, roll to hit for me.
Yeah, this is my first. And then my. Should I first roll damage? See if something happens to the zombie, or just roll both hits and then damage?
Both hits, then damage for me.
Okay, cool. So this is my second hit.
So both of those hit.
Okay, and
23 and 11, come on. You can do better than that.
yeah, and then damage for the first hit is 9,
9 points of damage. Very
Sweet.
nice.
Sweet, sweet,
and
sweet.
the second hit.
Oh, let's go.
That's gonna be 9 again.
Okie dokie. So as your swords carve into this zombie, there's no groans of pain. There's no reaction whatsoever. this thing clearly doesn't feel pain in the sense that other people normally do. It just stares at you balefully as semi-congealed blood starts to splatter all over the floor. Not coming in fits and spurts, just dropping out as if it was held there. It's all very disconcerting for fighting creatures that normally bleed. And it is going to attempt to take a swing at Bang, following the ire of its master towards the insulting little lizard thing. What is your AC, Bang?
I'm in danger.
17.
You're not that in danger, because this zombie clearly makes the mistake that many people do when they're first fighting kobolds, and don't realise that it's so short that they should really anticipate it ducking. So its hand, for lack of a better term with these things, just swings harmlessly over your head. And with this, the necromancer growls at the next one to shove it, get in there. And can you make an athletics check for me, please, Bang?
No.
Oof.
That's a 6, adding up to a 7. I'm afraid not. This other zombie just puts its foot on your chest and kicks you back 5 foot, and it moves forward into the space that you've vacated. The third and fourth zombies start filing up, and the third zombie can only reach you, Firion, and he's going to take a swing at you.
I have 16 AC.
It's really not enough. You just dodge. It's not enough for him. He hasn't rolled high enough for to hit you, and you just dodge nimbly aside as it tries to pour at you inanely. The other zombies can't really do much because they're stuck behind their 3 friends at the moment. So Shindor, there are zombies encroaching on your territory. In your territory, on your rest. By the way, Firion, at this point, you will see a slightly larger than normal raven flying over the roof of the church. Looks to be heading towards the graveyard. Shindor. Sorry.
Okay. First of all, do I have a clear ranged shot on the necromancer?
Yes, you would do.
Okay. In that case, I will just point towards her and cast a Eldritch.
Wow. There we go.
16.
16. Does that hit? I'm looking at the wrong stat block. I was trying to figure out whether you'd hit a raven on the wing, which wouldn't be very nice. 16 does indeed hit. Roll
Let's go.
damage.
All right. Yeah, of course.
Oh. So this bolt of shadowy flame blasts out and catches this necromancer on the shoulder, but it doesn't seem to do her an overly large amount of harm. Arwen, this is where you'd normally come in the order, but you're not here yet. So we're on to the necromancer. So the necromancer will start invoking some guttural sibilant sounds that grate on your ears, and a ray of a ghostly skeletal hand appears next to you, Shindor.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you how spells really work. Does a 21 hit your AC?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And you take 8 points of necrotic damage.
What a
Okay.
fucking question.
At this point, I
Before the dice finished rolling. I'm sorry.
no. At this point, I will just again. I've kept my arm out towards her all of the time, and all of my body is just filled with this shadowy energy that just sparks all the way to her, and I can cast shadowy rebuke as a reaction to her hitting me.
Let's
Very
go. Let's go.
And
I love that spell.
Let's go.
and she's gonna take 2d10 damage and make a dexterity saving throw. If she manages to beat 13, she takes half.
Okie dokie. She does not beat 13.
All right, then she take 11 shadow damage. Or
Is
what we
she
said it was.
resistant to shadow? It would be necrotic damage.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
And fortunately for you, she is neither resistant nor immune to necrotic damage.
Let's go.
By the way,
Always something you've got to check with these necromancer
yeah,
types.
15.
the damage you no, that's not yet thing. Was it necrotic damage?
Yeah.
No, that's not yet. That's higher up in. No, I have resistant to necrotic damage because
I did say it was necrotic damage earlier.
Yeah,
So
I have
you can
resistance.
take half the damage if.
Yeah, so 4 damage then.
Cool. There we go. So the tables are starting to look a little more in favor of our noble heroes at this point.
Let's go.
At this point, the cleric is going to stand and look towards the intruders. And you guys have heard him speak before, but he sounds a lot louder. His voice is a lot deeper, and it's almost like he sounds almost like the avatar, an avatar of a deity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
You shall not trespass here, necromancer. And you watch as he casts a spell. He's mostly prepped for, making people better, not, murdering people. So, he holds out his symbol of Ilmata and closes his eyes, and you hear golden ringing sounds falling from his lips as a flash of light happens, and then a large winged creature with a gleaming sword appears directly in front of these zombies.
Holy shit. Fucking go you.
A powerful ally now.
it takes a defensive stance and lowers its sword towards these zombies. Sinane would be up next, but you're not here, neither is Raz. Bang! You have watched an exchange of shadowy magic bouncing back and forth between this necromancer and Shindor. And it appears like the necromancer was on the worse end of this. And all of a sudden, you have this warm, glowing feeling next to you as this angelic-looking creature appears. What are you going to do?
Am I small enough?
Sorry?
Am I small enough to run underneath the zombie's legs?
Yes, I would want a dex check from you to achieve it, though.
Okay. I'm going to attempt it.
Okay, roll
You
a
can
dex
do
roll,
it.
please.
You can do it, Bang.
I believe in life after love.
Oh, 15's not bad.
I
Great
can
job.
feel. Sorry.
So you managed to slip nimbly between the feet of these zombies and outside of the church until you're just to the side of the necromancer. You suspect that might have been a little more difficult were it not for the fact that these are mindless zombies and the necromancer didn't tell them to expect or try to stop this sort of a tactic, but it worked.
Nice.
I'm gonna. Mechanics question. In 5th ed, you can stroll around the back of somebody as long as you don't leave their melee range without taking an attack of opportunity, if I remember rightly.
Yep, indeed.
Okay. I'm gonna slip around the back of her and then try and attack her, going twice with my sickles. If that's alright.
Okie dokie,
can-
roll it. Let's see if you
Slipping
can
around the
find
back, eh?
something that's living.
Zombies are hard. I expect them
Oh.
to try and defend themselves. I don't think that first one's hitting.
No, the first one is definitely not hitting. On the bright side, it would have hit one of the zombies. Because they don't even have 10 AC.
Ooh. Okay.
But the second one does hit, yes. I mean, that was almost a crit.
I know, right? So fucking close. He's gonna spin around, swipe once, and as she whips away, come around with the second one, and it crackles with lightning as it catches her. So that is that. And then she takes.
Oh,
Did it roll it again? No. Oh, fucking hell, it's doing that again. I'm just gonna.
Just roll a d4. There we go.
There we go.
So
So
that,
it is 4 damage.
I saw 6 damage from. Okay, the text is behaving differently to the dice that are rolling. That's a bit annoying. Oh well.
It's 3
So-
slashing and 1 lightning damage.
Your sickle just slashes across the back of this woman's thighs. The first one misses. You suspect because she's a lot thinner than you'd expect. And you wonder if maybe necromancy is keeping her alive a little bit at this point. But she cries out in pain and turns to look at you. Tyrion.
Puff her chest out and scream,
I'm not a reptile, I'm a fucking cupboard.
You're a fucking disgrace is what you are.
Like me, bitch.
I'm going to inform the others loudly that should we be worried about a unusually large raven flying to the graveyard? Firstly,
I think we have a little bit more of an
No,
issue
like-
in front of us right now.
there's
to
like
worry about the bird.
he's in cahoots with the necromancer to raise more dead. But now I've informed others, so I'm gonna, because I'm not gonna slip past the zombies, so I'm gonna use Misty Step to get
Nice.
behind the Necromancer. That's my bonus action.
Sweet.
Okie dokie. You
Nice.
can manage to flank her with Bang if you like.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. So once I'm behind her, I'm gonna attack her with my action.
Okie
I think
dokie.
you have advantage now because
You
she's looking
do.
at that. Yeah. Nope. Thank God I have advantage.
Yeah.
16.
16 hits.
Sweet,
Okay,
dude.
and
Misty Step is such a
damage.
sick spell. Yeah, man, it's 5e. It is 5e.
10.
You really do like stabbing people in the back, don't you?
Yes,
Your
of course.
your short sword
Yeah.
digs in deep, and as you rip it out, you can tell you've done horrific damage to this lady, but she is still standing. And
Yeah.
this is where we get to the zombies again.
Dude, I rolled a
Mm.
a 2 for initiative, and I wasn't even at the same
Now,
location,
more
so I haven't gone
importantly,
yet at all.
Each of them must make a dex save. So, what is the DC? What's that? Okay.
I am a Dragonborn sorcerer. I'm a brass dragon, so I have a fire breath weapon as well. But we haven't had a short rest, so I'm down on my breath weapon.
One of them saves.
I've got 2 spell slots left. I've only got 3 fucking health right now, so.
2 of them save. 3 of them. 3 of the 7 of them save. Because all of them are in range as this Celestial Guardian just sweeps its sword through this crowd of zombies. And you notice that a couple of them seem to have managed to duck out or roll with the sword so as to avoid most of the damage. But some of the 3 of them, the 3 towards the back have managed this. The 4 of them in front haven't. And the first one that you've already been bullying a little bit just collapses and starts to rapidly decay. The others all look like they've sustained massive wounds, but they are all still on their feet. And at this point, they are going to move forwards.
I was almost gonna do a monk, like I really did. It was like back and forth.
At this point, that guardian creature does dissolve into a golden mist, and a faint sound of divine bells accompanies its leaving.
The concept I
that
wanted does
was-
not make sense for D&D.
That was a
I wanted
moment.
him to be
I like
blind.
that moment. I wish I could animate things. So I could
I wanted him
animate
to
that
be
moment.
a blind monk.
Anyway.
But my
mm,
dungeon master is like, that's just not really gonna work.
Shindor, one of the zombies, 2 of the zombies are going to
Being blind is just like,
you,
just you're
and
handicapping yourself.
attempt to hit you.
Because I also wanted him to be alcoholic, and then what would happen is that's what drove him to be
There
blind.
we go. There.
But I'll have to rework that kind of a concept to a different kind of character.
No, both of them miss as you just weave in and out in a blind panic, but somehow managing to avoid all of them.
Okay.
2 of them are going to come back towards you, Shindor, and one of them is going to come back towards you, Bang. So that's 2, 4, 5, and the last one is going to head towards
dog.
The priest.
A luchador monk. That is so cool.
So
Just RKO from the top
the
rung
two
on all these
coming
fools.
for you, Firion. Again, both fail miserably to hit the broadside of a barn fucking door. And bang. I'll roll to hit before I roll damage, shall I?
That would be nice.
Just damage, no hit.
Well, I now and so did it, so it punches
Love it.
itself in the face. Which is very amusing for you to watch, I'm sure.
Put him in a rear naked chokehold, and you're
And
like,
the last one goes
no
for
more
the cleric,
tears, only dreams.
and smacks him very heavily. Yeah, okay. He's bleeding a bit, but you know, it's nothing he hasn't dealt with before. That is the zombies. Shindor. You
Okay,
have two zombies in front of you, and one is harassing your newly made priest friend.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
If I cast a spell even towards the necromancer, it will be disadvantage at this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to make
Okay.
a bard that
In that
only
case,
plays
I will
DMX.
just bring out my hand axe. And
Just to rally
I will shop at
my
the
party.
zombie actually closest to the priest. If I don't want, if the priest is close, like 5 yards close, I don't want to provoke attack of opportunity for the one who's attacking me, but I would prefer to hit the one that's attacking the priest.
Okay. That's
So-
fine. You are right next to him, so
What
that's
y'all really
fine.
want?
Then I'll make a 15 to hit.
15 does hit. Roll damage for me.
Yeah, that is.
It collapses to the floor as you hack deep into its, weirdly still chest cavity, and it just collapses. And moments later, there's just a decaying mess on the floor.
Could, with a little bit of movement, could I stand like in the way for the zombie that were attacking me? Could I move so that it can't get to the priest without like moving around me?
So normally, like,
So
normally
yeah,
every
you can manage that.
yeah,
encounter is prepped, and so
I'll
we'd
do
have
that.
like
I'll do that.
our
and
tiles
then
in the rooms would be be much
while
clearer. But
moving
for this
there, I'll
specific
just
one,
look
he just
look
had it
towards
prepared.
the necromancer and say, "You speak of weak magic.
Which is
However,
harder
you've
for me.
wasted so much magic in bringing this filth to
Because
life.
I really need to be like, able to visually understand
Such a
how the fight's
waste."
going.
And that's my turn.
Okie dokie. Arwan, you round the corner at this point to the church where you know that you need to meet your friends.
So, how far away from the door are we?
Yeah.
So you're about 30 foot from the door. Because that's coincidentally just about how much, movement you get, and I'm a loving, caring GM.
So the first thing I'm going to do as we get closer, is it obvious to us that there's noise and stuff coming from the inside, that there's a fight going on, maybe?
Well, outside the church, you do see the entire street is empty, which at 5 o'clock on a weekday
That's
afternoon
suspicious.
it shouldn't be, except for the steps of this pseudo church, where you see a figure robed in black, currently pulling away from Therian's sword embedded in her back. And you can notice very easily that these creatures are not natural or alive. They are closing in on Firion and Bang.
Okay, so sorry. So we just get that. Is that in distance of the 30 foot for us to get to them?
Yes.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my one of my wild shapes. I did send it to you as well, just in case you didn't have
in
it.
front of me.
Oh my god, here
And
it
then
goes.
I'm going to turn into a giant blue hyena.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sick.
I like.
Sick.
First thing it will do is obviously whilst running towards them as a human, as my normal form. Whilst running, I will transform a bit like that scene in the Avengers where Hulk appears. It looked cool as shit.
Yeah,
and
indeed.
charge straight at that person with the sword in their back and go. So I'm stood right next to them. What is the move I can do with that one?
You can
And bite them.
Yeah,
I can bite them with my big teeth.
Yeah.
go for it. Roll to hit.
Yep. So it's a +5 on the hit, but if I roll, I currently have a 3, so we'll just have 2 on that. If I just for like if I press the button.
Yep, that's fine. You have advantage because you're the opposite
yes.
side to. Because I really want to see you bite.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's
let's
a
go.
hit.
There we go. So that's 20.
No,
That
it-
hit.
No,
Roll
it's not.
damage.
Sorry, no, it's not. I can't.
Yeah,
Roll
but
damage. So that one is 2d6 + 3. Is that the same as what I've got there? No, it's not.
It
I was just
won't
looking to see if it was the same as the.
Just roll it using the roll 20.
Yeah,
custom
that's what
one.
I'm just looking at that button. Oh, I see. You click it twice for 2 of them.
Yeah.
So that's +3 as well. So that's 8. So that's 11.
Okay.
It's not showing up, I think, for you, but it is in.
No,
That'll
I've
be
seen
11.
it in the log.
Okay.
But, yeah, that works. She lets out this weird whistling gasp. And she's very, very wounded, and you don't think she'll last much longer. But she turns to you and I invited. No. I was told to do the biting, not you, mutt. And she is going to what is your AC as a wolf? You're not a wolf, you're a hyena.
12.
12.
My vision.
Okay.
With 45 hit points, apparently.
Wolves are great. She hisses out some more symbols and waves her hands quickly. You try to stop her, but don't quite manage. And she slams her hand into your hide. And you feel this sudden wave of nausea come over you. You take 13 points of damage.
Oh, fuck
Can you
off.
make a con save for me, please?
So she can look.
What'd you do?
That's handy. If I press that there, that's the same as my normal con. So
Mage hand.
the hyena and my normal con are the same.
Okie dokie. You
It is-
feel this spell trying to
What's my con
to
save?
grapple with your internal systems and poison you, but you manage to shake it off through your own not wanting to vomit, I guess.
Hello? Let's see. Let's try to join that again. This would happen. No, 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 no. It sure did. Look at that. Hello? Nah. Nah, 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 nah. This is fun. We only like 20 more minutes until our session's done. It was just about to be my turn. I was just about to completely fuck everything up for the whole group. I didn't even get a chance to ruin it for everyone.
Something slip? Find out next week.
Did we just... Oh, no, dude. Did we just cut it there? Oh, no. Whoa, 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 look at this. This is crazy. This is weird, man. This sucks. Ho ho. Okay, you see that? Mishka, you have fun on your walk? So now I'm disconnected. Now I'm connecting. Hmm. All I want to do is just cast Firebolt once, dude. Just once. It's all I want. I don't even care if it doesn't hit. Oh, he's called it. Man, oh, man. Oh. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for me then. Nothing we can really do. Anyways, it's every Monday. We only do it once a week for our campaign because our DM runs a lot of other campaigns. So I guess there will be no choice but to wait until next Monday for us to see just how badly I fuck things up. I'm super bummed, but anyway, it is what it is. Everyone that stopped by to check out the stream and just to hang out with me, really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys next week.